Right there. Oh, you see him? Oh, he sees you. He's a level 3 gear. Oh, you got it!
What is going on, guys? They call me Empy. Welcome to another video on the channel today. Today we are talking about PUBG, how to get better at PUBG. I've been playing a little bit more of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on Xbox, having a lot of fun with it, and I want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve your game and how to get better, how to bring home more of those chicken dinners as ranked play is coming to Xbox sooner or later. So before we kick things off, I just want to remind everybody that, of course, practice makes perfect. The more you play PUBG, the better you're going to get. There's no better substitution than simply practicing, and of course, the training mode definitely helps things along as well. So if you haven't jumped into that just yet, give it a try. There's a large variety of options there for you, from attachments to all of the different armors and weapons. Everything's laid out for you, but for some real-time tips to help you guys in-game, we're going to talk about it here today. So the first tip I want to talk about is holding your breath when you shoot. You guys should be holding your breath every single shot that you shoot in PUBG. Your shot is that much more accurate. It reduces weapon sway when you're shooting as well, and of course, depending upon the magnification scope that you're using, it will also give you a little bit more magnification to make your target a little bit more clear for you guys to get those headshots. So the button placement for holding your breath on the Xbox controller might be a little awkward depending upon who's using it, but if you're like me, my preference is definitely the Xbox Elite controller, and I bound that sucker to the back paddle, so I'm always ready to hold my breath in case someone gets the jump on me. So if someone's shooting at you and they're not holding their breath, but you are, chances are you're going to walk away with that W. A little bit of muscle memory here, something you guys should implement ASAP. Guarantee you it's going to help you in the long run. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Got him. Not the driver, though. Passenger. The second tip I can give you guys, pretty simple one actually. Not only should you be carrying at least one grenade every single game, you should learn how to cook that properly. A properly cooked grenade renders somebody else hiding behind a tree, for example, absolutely useless. They can't do anything to defend themselves against something like that. Part of the difficulty here is learning how to control the arc of the grenade itself. Tossing a grenade out and you miss because you got the arc wrong not only reveals your position, but it tells the other player that you're not so hot. Now, getting hit by a perfectly timed grenade that's tossed across the zone, that's an awesome feeling, and it's like a slap in the face to the player on the receiving end. So I would highly encourage you guys to check out the grenades, use them more often, get that practice in. And I think you'll be surprised at how much of a difference it makes in these 1v1s, 1v2s, or even duo games. Oh, circle's coming in anyway. I mean, we're in it, so... I'm gonna throw a nade, hold on. Back up. That was pretty good. So tip number 3 on the list is something I see so many people doing, and it blows my mind that people actually do this so often, is going prone. Now, you can definitely go prone when you're playing PUBG, but it's a decision that you can't make all that lightly. Now, when you go prone in PUBG, not only is your bright helmet sticking out of the grass that you're camping in, and of course, campers generally utilize this tactic to try to blend in a little bit more, but when you do that, your head is the only thing that is exposed sticking out of this grass. And say someone comes around a corner, or again gets the jump on you, the animation, the time it takes to go from the prone position to the crouch or even standing up running position takes way too long. Chances are you're going to be dead by the time that happens anyway. Now, of course, this doesn't apply 110% of the time, but for the most part, if you're going to go prone, just know the difficulties and the disadvantages that is associated with putting your body completely on the ground, head exposed and all. Our next tip is going to talk about positioning, and if you play PUBG, you know that positioning is almost everything in this game, and for the love of God, take the high ground, please. I've seen so many cases where you could go uphill or downhill, and I don't know why. I don't know why people go downhill instead. Yes, your teammate might be down there, you might have a crate down there, you might have your favorite house down there, your favorite prone camping spot might be down there, but don't be that guy. Getting the high ground ensures that you have a better overwatch over the entire zone, and especially during these smaller zones as well. You see everything. You could see every possible position. You can use the hills to your advantage. You could definitely hide behind trees. It's a much safer position to be in, and I'd much rather be on the high ground with the Kar 98 sniping downward than vice versa, being in the hole in the ground at the bottom of Sandhawk and trying to snipe somebody from behind a tree all the way up. It doesn't work as well. Give it a try and let me know what you guys think.
They are on the left side of the warehouse.
They're not inside it though, right?
No, they're on the left side of it. Like, I can see them through the doors. They're still fighting each other, which is good.
There's only one guy.
Yeah, I saw who he just killed. Like, watch the doorways
I see him.
on the back side of it. Good ship.
Let's get it. Our next tip does coincide with taking that high ground as we talked about before. You can capitalize on your high ground position by simply jumping. You're going to see I do this multiple times in the gameplay, and it's really going to give me a lot more information than you guys think. Again, knowing the location of somebody's position, it might as well be a game over. Now, you could say the same thing about me. When I'm jumping behind these rocks, I'm essentially revealing my location, but I really trust that the trade-off is going to be in my favor. I'm relying on the fact that when I jump, I am going to see something just because I am so high up, and of course, the fact that trying to aim on somebody when they jump and land back down on Xbox is a little bit difficult. Couple those things together, and it's a pretty good tool to use when you want to quickly survey an area or find somebody's location.
I'm gonna toss a couple of frags just to see if I can get a lucky frag. Don't go this way. Oh, he's out. Sounds like west, maybe? Yeah, west. Unless I'm hearing you.
Yeah, he's got to come to us. Don't get on top of the rock.
Alright, that's all my nades.
I'm not watching behind us. I'm watching this way. I'm looking for him. He's probably...
I think he's hiding downhill on us.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, he's probably hiding
That
down
wasn't
there.
my nade.
Oh, he's right in front of me.
Oh, there he is.
Now, moving on to the next tip, this is more of a preference thing, but for me personally, I always go for the higher sensitivities when I play these shooter games. And prior to a recent PUBG update, I was playing on a 10 across the board, and it just wasn't enough spin for me. It wasn't enough turn to be able to flick and react to people efficiently, but the good news is a recent PUBG update increased that maximum sensitivity across the board, so I think I play on a 16 or a 17 now, which is more than enough spin to get the job done. Now, the goal here is just to react as efficiently and fast as you can to be able to turn on somebody in case they shoot you in the back. You have a limited health set, health pool in PUBG. You have some armor, but if you get shot in the head, it's pretty much over. You have no armor left to continue for the rest of the game. To be able to finish these engagements as fast as you can early on is going to be better for you in the long run. So if you're struggling increasing that maximum sensitivity, I would definitely do it in super small increments, no more than 2 or 3 at a time, until you land at one that's fast enough for you, but also not too fast so your aim isn't accurate. So find that sweet spot, guys, and work with it as best you can.
There's someone on the left side of it. Is that you shooting?
No. There's someone in this building.
Knocked one.
I killed one.
Guy on me.
Let's go, food!
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go! Hey! Oh! Hey! Ah!
Get it!
Now, the next tip does involve aiming as well. It kind of coincides with sensitivity when we're talking about it. I want you guys to aim high. When you are flicking on these targets with your faster sensitivity, whatever works for you again, you're going to want to aim for the face. Now, of course, that's a given. I shouldn't have to tell you guys that, but aiming higher than you initially thought when you're flicking on an Xbox controller, the controls are already awkward as it is, and you're going to find yourself aiming not exactly where you want to, so generally speaking, I aim higher. Think of this as your own personal compensation for mistakes made when you're aiming. It's basically like your own personal aim assist. Now, again, there's always that chance that you're going to overshoot your target, but the more you practice getting as close as you can to somebody's face, the better you're going to be. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really loving on PUBG recently. I'm really excited for ranked play to make its way into the game as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's have a chat in the comments, guys. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the game, how you're liking PUBG, your challenges, how many chicken dinners have you earned. I'll see you guys in the next video.